Hello everyone. This is the second time I'm recording a live video of myself learning Mandarin. This time I'm I decided to do something new. So as you guys know, this app is an app that I coded myself, and it has this functionality when you can add lessons on a topic that interests you. And it so happens that I've been listening to this audiobook by Kevin Rudd. It's a book on Xi Jinping, and uh, he talks a lot about Chinese nationalism and Marxism and the Chinese Communist Party. And I realized that with the exception of some really basic vocabulary, I don't really know much about how to speak about Chinese government and the Chinese Communist Party in Mandarin. So I figured I'm gonna ask the app to create some lessons for me, and hopefully they're good enough, and I'm gonna find one that's the right level. And yeah, we're gonna learn some words about Chinese communism. So bear with me, and yeah, let's get started. Chinese Communist Party, CCP. Let's see what we can get. The model that I use under the hood here is actually a Chinese model, so it should have pretty good Chinese communist vocabulary. Maybe not. Discussing modern Chinese social structures, political and social landscape, introducing formal vocabulary and concepts, structure of Chinese society. This is not what I want. I wonder why. A lesson about the Chinese Communist Party. I wonder if I'm getting censored. Huh. Oh, there we go. Public spaces and civic life. This focus on language needed to navigate public offices and understand the role of civic institutions in daily life. Building a resistant tribal-based vocabulary. History and context in modern Chinese society. Chinese language society, providing you with a deeper cultural understanding in the country's current political and social landscape. Let's do the intermediate one. And I think in the future I need to expand this window so that I can enter like so I can use more detail here and kind of like precise, be more precise about the kind of lesson I want. But anyways, yeah, let's start lesson and let's see what we can learn about Chinese communism. Let's click start lesson. Take it to the water. Usually takes a minute to generate. All right.
Thomas, welcome. This lesson is about understanding modern Chinese political vocabulary, the kind of language you encounter in formal announcements, news reports, and government documents. We're restarting with part 1 of 5, the foundational terms for state and government. The word for the state or the nation in Chinese is guojia, 2 characters, guo meaning country or kingdom, and jia meaning family or home. So the state is literally a country family. This reflects a deep cultural idea that the state is not just a cold institution, but an extension of the household. The same sense of loyalty and care one has for family extends upward to the nation. Then we have Zhongfu. This is the government, the administrative body that runs the state.
Gangfu.
Saying relates to governance and politics, while Fu originally meant a residence or office. Think of a seat of power. So, Guojia is the broader
Guojia.
concept, the nation itself. And Zhongfu is the specific
Gangfu.
machinery that administers it. One is the family, the other is the household manager, so to speak. We also have Lingdao, leadership
Dao.
or a leader, and Tishi, a system. These 4 terms together form the basic vocabulary for discussing how the state is structured. Let me give you some combinations you will see often. Guojia Chunsek, state policy, where Chunsek means policy. Zhongfu Bumer, government department, where Bumer is department. Leader Tishi, leadership system. Now, Thomas, let me ask you to try a simple descriptive sentence. Using Guojia and Zhenfu, how would you say something like, the state has a government? Take your time, just a simple statement.
国家有政府.
国家有政府.
国家有
Exactly
政
that
府.
structure.
I need to work
Subject,
on my toes.
verb, object, just like English in this case. The state has a government. You, they, grasp the two foundational terms. 国家 as the large container, the nation itself, and 政府 as the administrative body that runs things inside it. That wraps up part 1 of 5. Now part 2 moves from these broad terms into the specific institutions, the departments, committees, and organizations that form the working parts of government.
Okay. This is not what I wanted to learn. I'm really wondering if this is getting censored or something. So let me try this again. Okay, let's go. They really don't want to use the word Marxism. I'm gonna have to dig into why this is happening in the app. I'm gonna try this one once again as a sort of well, intermediate lesson, and let's see if maybe some of this terminology is gonna have, like Chinese Workers' Party and things like that, because that's what I'm trying to learn. And if not, we're gonna have to do a little debugging session.
Chamas, welcome. Today we step into a different register of Chinese, the language of formal discourse, the kind you would hear in official contexts. When we talk about politics and governance in China, there is one name that stands above all others. It is the central organization that guides the entire state. That name is 中国共产党.
There we go.
Let us look at this carefully. 中国 you may already
There
know.
we go.
It means China, the Middle Kingdom. 共产党 means the Communist Party. Together, 中国共产党 is the Communist Party of China. China. In formal Chinese discourse, this organization is not just one participant among many, it is described as the leading force. The word for leadership is 领导, and the structure through which it governs is called TC, the system. So we can say, 中国共产党领导国家, the Communist Party of China leads the nation. The word order here is straightforward, organization, then the action 领导, then the object 国家, the nation. Another example, 这是领导体系. This is the leadership system. 这 means this, add, the leaderships is the leaderships is the leaderships, it's the leadership system, the framework through which the party exercises its guiding role. Now, Thomas, let me ask you, can you try saying 中国共产党领导国家? The Communist Party of China leads the nation. Take your time with the characters.
I would love to say that 中国共产党领导国家. By the way, and sorry, this is for the listeners, this is not for you, but I'm already recording. Gongcheng, I think, means worker, and Dang means party. So 中国共产党 means the Chinese Workers' Party, I think, and that means communist. And by the way, Liang, please correct me if this is wrong. I might be wrong. And just vaguely remember this. This is the gong. Gong means together, and Chang is production, so it's not workers, but Dang is party. I think the audio stopped working here. That's too bad. Okay, let's see what he's asking me to do. Now you work through the sentence. 中国 Gongcheng Dang 领导国家. That's very good. Let's try it once more as a single flowing sentence. Okay. 中国共产党领导国家. It looks like the audio is shut.
Now, part
there we go.
2.4. We've learned about the organization, 中国共产党. Now let us talk about the people within it. When someone belongs to the Communist Party, they're called 党员. This is a specific term. 党 to party. The same 党 from 共产党. And then, 员 means member, personnel. So 党员 is literally party member.
党员 party member.
This is important, Thomas. Not every Chinese citizen is a 党员. Party membership is selective. It is something you apply for and are accepted into. A general citizen is simply a 公民, but a 党员 is someone who holds membership in the Communist Party of China. Now let us use it in the simplest sentence structure. To say, he is a party member, we say, 他是党员. To 党 means he, 是 means as, and 党员 as party member. Notice that Chinese does not use a or an. No measure word needed here. For plural, 他们是党员. 他们 means they. Simply adding men to kind of twos as the plural. They are party members, members. Thomas, can you try saying 他是党员? He is
他是党员.
Thomas, 他是党员. He is a party member. The sentence flows cleanly. Now let us try the plural. 他们是党员. They are party members.
他们是党员.
Yes, exactly. 他们是党员.
他们是党员.
They are party members. Them turns one into many, and the rest of the sentence stays the same. So to summarize what you've learned here, 党员 is a specific term for a member of the Communist Party, not a general citizen. And you can now identify someone as a party member using 他是党员 or 他们是党员. That wraps up part 2 of 4. Now part 3 of 4. We've talked about the organization, 中国共产党, and the people in it, 党员. But every organization has a guiding set of ideas and ideology. In formal Chinese discourse, the foundational ideology is Marxist. Let us break this down. Marxist is the transliteration of Marx, Karl Marx, the philosopher, and Zhuyi means ism. It's the suffix that turns a thinker's name into an ideology. So Marxist is Marxism, the body of thought attributed to Marx and developed further. Now, 2 words we need to work with this. The verb 学习 means to study. It is a very common verb in academic and political contexts. And 理论 means theory, the conceptual framework, as opposed to practice. So let us use these together. To say, to study Marxism, we say, 学习马克思主义. 学习 is the verb, studies 马克思主义 is the object, Marxism. Simple verb-object structure. And to identify something as Marxist theory, 这是马克思主义理论. 这 is Marxist 主义理论, Marxist theory. The ideology name, Marxist 理论, just as an adjective would in English. Thomas, can you try saying 学习马克思主义?
Yeah, give me a second. I'm trying to read this sentence first. 这是马克思主义理论. So 理论 is theory, conceptual. So this is a Marxist theory. Okay, got it. The ideology name modifies 理论 just as an adjective would in English. Can you say 学习马克思主义? Okay. 学习马克思主义. Okay, the audio broke again. Let's see, this is Marxist theory. 这是马克思主义理论. And yeah, that's easy. Then 马克思主义理论, where 马克思主义 describes the kind of theory. Give them one a try. Okay. 这是马克思主义理论.
Sit, s is it. 这是马克思主义理论. This
Okay.
is Marxist theory. Theory. You've now learned how to name the ideology and describe theoretical concepts in formal Chinese. So in this part, you learn that 马克思主义 is the foundational ideology, 学习 means to study, and 理论 is theory. These combine into phrases like 学习马克思主义 and 这是马克思主义理论, both used widely in formal and academic contexts. That wraps up part 3 of 4. Let us move to the final part.
All right, let's see what the final part is.
Now part 4 of 4. This is where everything comes together. We've learned the pieces. The organization, its members, its ideology. Now let us connect them into the kind of formal statement you would hear in Chinese political discourse. First, a new word, 服. It means to serve. Not in the sense of
Ooh.
being a servant, but in the formal sense of dedicating one's work to something. To serve the nation, to serve the people. Now, our first combined sentence, 中共共产党学习马克思主义. The Communist Party of China studies Marxism. This links the organization, 中国共产党, with its foundational ideology, 马克思主义, through the verb 学习, to study. It is a statement about the party as commitment to its theoretical foundations. And a second sentence, 党员服务国家, party members serve the nation. 党员, party members, 服务, serve, 国
This
家,
would be really useful
the
when
nation.
listening to this audiobook.
This connects the individual party member to the state as a whole. Notice how these two sentences work together. The party studies the ideology, and the party members serve the nation, theory
Okay.
and practice. 学习 and 服务. Thomas, let us try the first one. 中国共产党学习马克思主义.
中国共产党学习马克思主义.
Almost, Thomas. And I see what happened there. She said through, or which means through, or by means of. By means of. That is a different. What we need here is the full name of the organization.
I must
中
have
国
messed
共
up my
产党.
pronunciation. 中国
So the sentence should be 中国共产党学习马克思主义.
中国共产党学习马克思主义. Let's see if I got it right this time. I can read the transcript, but anyways, let's see here. Okay, thank you. 党员服务国家. Okay, looks like the audio didn't go through, but let's try this. 党员服务国家. Party members serve the nation. Let's try it. 党员服务国家.
Party members serve the nation. You've connected the individual to the state in a single, clean sentence. And with that, Thomas, we've reached the end of part 4, the final part of this lesson. Let me take a moment to reflect on what you've built here. You started with a single organization, 中国共产党, and its role in leading the nation. Then you learned to identify the people within it, 党员.
It's been quite useful. All right. Cool. Well, we finished the lesson. Do we have a new milestone? Yeah, I have successfully mastered foundational political vocabulary. Amazing. And I can see this in my completed lessons, which is super nice. Yeah, next time, I'm not sure what I'm gonna try learning. If I continue listening to this audiobook, I might actually want to brush up on my political vocabulary Mandarin. But maybe, in fact, I might even do it now. Let me see. Let me go talk to Liang. I'm gonna click chat. And I noticed that the level of these lessons is, I think, a little bit like a lot of this stuff is a little bit too simple. So I'm gonna ask it to kind of like give me things that are slightly more difficult.
That's it. 好茶.
Yeah.
You've already put the two together. Now, let me give you a third word, one that opens a door.
Okay, so I just finished a lesson on the Chinese Communist Party, and I noticed that during that lesson, a lot of the stuff that we were learning, like a lot of that was a little bit too simple, really basic grammatical points instead of slightly more advanced sentences and more advanced vocabulary. So next time, could you make these lessons a little bit more advanced, please? Okay, I think we started a lesson.
Here are three
Okay.
paths forward. Choose whichever calls to you.
I'm just trying to make a point that I have a feeling since I'm a new student, you don't really have a good grasp of my level, and the things gravitate to a little bit too basic for my taste, I guess. So just take a note for the future that when we create these lessons, they should be slightly at a slightly higher level with slightly more advanced vocabulary. And maybe since we're talking about this, you can give me an example sentence of, like that's like slightly higher level than, like this is a hotel. Uh, yeah, let's do it. Hmm, I know what's happening here. So I have this idea for streaming, and I haven't really gotten that far yet. But I'm thinking, and let me just duplicate this scene. And let's call it by debugger or maybe terminal. Um, Here, okay. So here, let me just share another part of my screen. Screen capture here. Now let me delete this. I'm messing with my live stream settings. Let me delete this. Yes, and I'm gonna add a new screen capture. Screen capture here, and this is gonna be the terminal. Okay. Terminal screen. And let's capture a specific window, and that's going to be the terminal window. If that is possible, Google Chrome will be a Safari simulator, maybe application capture. Let me open my terminal here. Oh, that is too bad. It looks like I cannot share my terminal here. Let me try this again as the window capture. There we go. Terminal. Okay, and I just need to fix it a little bit. Um, how do you transform fit to screen? There we go. Okay, yeah, this is my terminal. So you guys may not be seeing this, but I have a, or rather, you may not have seen this before. Um, Hang on, it's not really full. It looks like it's stuck. Let me try to unstuck it. Okay, I'm having a lot of technical issues right now. Delete this and we'll try again. Terminal screen, I'm going to delete it. Yes. Okay. Fit to screen here. Okay, perfect. Now I'm just gonna move myself up. I'm still learning OBS. Order, move up. Okay, perfect. Um, I'm not sure what the best place for my face is. Maybe I'm just gonna make this a little bit smaller. Um, Anyways, yeah. So whenever I debug something, I have like the entire thing that the robot is saying and like the vocabulary lists and everything. I can debug all of this in my terminal. And obviously, we had this situation a few times where the audio was broken, and I'm not exactly sure why. So maybe next time I'm gonna do some sort of like live debugging session. Whenever one of these issues happen, I will just look for the code and I will try to fix it on the spot. And maybe some of the more technically inclined of you may actually be interested in this. And then when I make these changes, they will be immediately available in the code. Because for example, here you can see that we have an issue playing audio, and this happened a bit too many times. So I think it's time to fix it. And yeah, whenever I have a minute, I might do a live stream of myself trying to fix it, and it will be sort of like a part language learning, part technical video. Probably slightly more technical than language learning, but I guess like when developing an app like this, you have to do both. You have to know something about the language that you're trying to learn, but also like you have to understand the code. And obviously, I have a couple of robots here in Claude and everything just helping me out. So yeah, we're gonna do it next time. And I think for now this is enough. So thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in a couple of days. If I have some time, I might even do another video today, but this time instead of learning Mandarin, I'm gonna switch to learning Thai, which is a language that I'm also trying to learn, which my level there is much lower than my level in Mandarin. But I'm learning. It's a process, and I'm hoping I'll eventually get there. So yeah, thank you for watching. See ya.